I'm just gonna go ahead and level with you all. On a good day or a good night, I should say, I may get a solid 3-4 hours of sleep at one time in one period, and then wake up and maybe do it again 2 or 3 more times, depending on if I can go back to sleep. It's a real good or a real bad case of insomnia. I'm not sure what it is. I don't think it's full insomnia. I think I don't want to throw the word around too much because some people that are actually like can't sleep. So say all that to say, this question is really for you all because I'll get a good maybe 3-4 hours of sleep at a time. So this question is really for you all. Have you ever dreamed like so intensely that you're about to take off, you're about to fly, you got some wings, you're a whole peacock, right? And it's so intense that when you wake up, you're like, oh man, let me just go back. Let me just go back to sleep. Well, you can be awake and dream. No. You can't be awake and dream. I'm pretty sure that's impossible. Unless you're really talking about sleep paralysis. But I digress. You can be awake and get the same experience of your flying dream, your little, your little pigeon wings flapping off, taking off of the New York high-rise rooftop, right? By playing this game.
Soon as I escape the combated, I'm afraid. Feel the lacerations, pain, I'm imagining it's great.
Now, I wholeheartedly dare you, double, triple dog dare you, to watch this entire video and at the end, try your darnest to come up with a more visually appealing game than what I'm about to show you. This is Sky. I'm genuinely a little surprised that the developers, the creators of it all, got to fit this entire universe of a game into an app that you can download on a device with limited storage. Because it's just so expansive. Besides the visuals, you have an entire community, you have a fleshed out storyline, you have character development where the more things you achieve and get done, you can level up and get more powerful, last longer in different situations. You're able to communicate. You're able to unlock new like emotes. You're able to unlock new places. You're able to find secrets when you're exploring. There's replay value in many different areas where you do something twice or 3 times, the exact same thing twice or 3 times, and you get a different result. You're able to do so many different aspects and dive into it's like everything that is offered and available. There's little branches that spring off from that trail off from that you can also do. It's like if Link got touched by the sun.
Ace will solve the case. My neighbors saw my face, so faded I can't take it. Need to wake up, waiting is played.
So it's pretty cool. Let me fill you in. The whole premise of Sky is you as the main character, you're a son or a daughter of light, and you have to bring light back to certain different formations, certain star constellations in the sky to remember who you are. All you know is that you have light as a power, but you don't know where you've been. You don't know who you're connected to. You don't have any memory of family. You don't have your full powers. You're working with a severe case of amnesia. And the world is kind of in the same predicament, just a little bit more high stakes. Darkness is covering the land. And as a son of light, as a daughter of light, you have to not only remember who you are and gain back your full power, but you have to transfer that once you do gain that ability, once you do become yourself again, you have to now cleanse the world of darkness and bring back light into the fold. Now, the main character can use its power of light in a couple different ways. It can create an atmosphere where it's too bright for darkness to survive, and in return be able to get further on its journey. I worded it that way to not create any spoilers for anyone that is planning on checking it out. So I'm kind of keeping it a little bit vague so that you don't get the whole picture and you can experience the shock and the surprise and the excitement for yourself. So that's one way that you use it's the main character's power of light, but you can also use that power of light to interact with guiding spirits that will guide you to relive your memories and gain some and kind of combat that amnesia from before and further your goal to becoming whole again. The main character can also use its power of light to take off into the sky, hence the name of the game, Sky. It gives you the ability to pretty much fly, and glide and soar, levitate, however you want to give gravity the finger. Now, besides the main character, there's supporting characters, there's supporting roles, there's other beings of light, like animals of light, that because you have the power of light, you're able to interact with. Say, for instance, you are now exhausted, you've ran out of stamina, and you're starting to fall out of the sky. You can't keep up the power to propel yourself and stay afloat, for example. You are able to go over and get support from a light creature or a light animal that is similar to you but not exactly. But they can keep you afloat, for example. They can lend you some of their own light and just in general help you on your journey. And that brings me to my next point, the journey itself. How you get to it, what it is, what you'll find and what to expect, and how you can maybe do more than one.
Name another nameless who be saying what I say. Engrave it in the pavement, make a statement with a stainless.
So, this is something that I've hinted at earlier. The journey, the campaign, the storyline, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing, and all it is what the main character does or goes through to get to his end goal, his achievement, his prize at the end, or his awakening, or whatever you want to do. Yeah, I guess it really depends on the game you're playing. If it's GTA, maybe the biggest heist. But I digress, right? So you have a journey in this as well. So what is that journey? Well, you do a couple different things because there's the basic stuff and there's the I want to complete everything that this game has to offer stuff. But basically, in general, you follow along and you try to regain your power and your memories. So how do you do that? Well, one thing I hinted at earlier was the constellations, the star constellations. You fill them all out by going through, different avenues, different tunnels, or different doorways to access these constellations. And when you complete a mission, that's a very broad way of wording it, but again, I don't want to give you too many specifics and give you some spoilers. But when you go through a doorway, for example, you complete a mission, the star will light up, and that light will be permanently lit in the sky. And when you do, like, say there's a constellation with 4 total stars in it, when you do all 4 of the stars, which are lit up by you completing missions, the constellation will connect and it will be completed. So when you fill out the entire night sky, you have completed your constellations per se. But there's one-offs that you can also do. Something else that I hinted at earlier was emotes that you unlock. And how do you unlock emotes? The guiding spirits, once you follow them fully to their destination, they will teach you an emote. Sometimes more than one. It just depends on what you're doing. But besides that, there's events. There's missions that are only here certain times of the year, and you can complete those as well. So there's different things to unlock, achievements that you can hunt down. There's a basic way to do things, and there's a completionist way to do things where you unlock everything and you're good to go. Yo, like, you can even max out your level. I think it goes all the way up to 100. Don't quote me on that because I ain't get there yet. I think I got up to like level 42, 45, something like there. But as I said, there is very high stakes, so I died and I fell back all the way down to level 1, which is where I'm at now. What I want to do on my journey is complete the constellations for one. I want to max out my level 2, but the main thing I want to do is show y'all secret areas that I found from exploring. I want to show y'all like little niches that you can do within the game that's not expected right away, or some kind of like, once you're on this level, you have access to certain areas that's like basically blocked off to the general public. And it's like, yo, like I can show y'all like a sneak peek into this exclusive area, or this exclusive spot. Yo, look what I discovered, because I've maxed out, or I've gotten to a level, and I've gotten to a point where I'm able to showcase something that y'all can't see yet. So it's like, yo, like this is like a view from my eyes where you will be at if you work hard and you get to this point with some effort and some consistency. Hey, yo, you'll make it here too.
I see you got a brain, why you faking like you brainless? The way they lie in vain, it's like the crave to get creative.
So I want to talk about the role that the community has in Sky, because it can get lonely out there in the middle of nowhere. And if it wasn't for the community and the extensive work that the team put in, yo, I really sound sponsored, but it's really just genuine admiration for how everything works so well in the game itself. And the community is one of the big parts to that whole, right? The community, when I say the community, I mean, I could be in the backwater bayou in the middle of nowhere babysitting Courage the Cowardly Dog, literally lost out of my mind, and you may see entirely a whole nother person just fly by out of nowhere. Like you're in a world where like everybody is in that one world. Like there's no, it's not just you over there. Like when I say community, it's literally like other players. Like most of the things that I tap into is PvP, and this is one of those things. Well, PvP is player versus player, but the player aspect is there, not really the versus aspect, but the player aspect of things, where instead of versing or going against each other, you're more like cooperating to take on a super challenging task that you wouldn't be able to do by yourself, or you're able to cooperate with somebody that's flying by in order to like show you where to go, guide you, like how one of the spirits will guide you. Like if that's your first time in a brand new area, for example, that you're exploring, and they've been there before, they're a little bit more versed in the area, they can literally like take your hand and fly you around like where you need to go.
I see you got a brain, why you faking like you brainless? The way they lie in vain, it's like the crave to get creative.
So what's next? Where do we go from here? What's the next goal? What's the end product? What am I gunning after? What do I want to achieve with it all? Why am I telling you all of this? Why am I showing you all of this? What do you care, right? So the whole thing, well, what I'm going for, to answer the first question, what I'm going for, as I said before, I fell all the way back down to level 1, and I was like, I was at like 42 or something like that, 43 something, somewhere around there. So I'm gonna round it up to 45 because I feel like I was at 45, but we ain't really gonna talk about that. But one of the main things that I want to do is at least get back to where the level that I was before. So I want to collect back the light that I lost, attempting pretty much the hardest mission, the hardest constellation that I've attempted since I started playing this, and it was the Eye of Eden. So that's what I want to, so that's like goal number 1. I need to get back to where I was at least, right? And the other thing is, why I'm even sharing this, why I'm even telling you about it, is because of the impact that it's going to have on the channel. This is going to create some really, really good visuals. This game writes itself. This game is like a movie inside of a game, inside of a movie, inside of a game. And the visuals are incredible, so I want to put it on the channel a little bit more. I think it's going to have a good look in general. I think that they did a really good job on the graphics in general. And I think it's something that all of us are going to be able to appreciate, because it's such a huge game. It's so expensive that one video is maybe like 3% of everything that it has to offer. So with all the work that's been done and all the visuals and all the graphics and stuff like that, I kind of want to showcase it a little bit more. So that's what's next. That's some of the impacts that it's going to have on the channel. That's not everything, just what I'm going to showcase for now. But I kind of want to give this next clip its own spotlight. So here you go. Without further ado, without any interruptions, this is what we saw when we fell into space. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.